Namaste, crypto aficionados and my fellow capitalists. I have no project to bring to you today, but I want to talk to you about something that is close to my heart. I'm a Singaporean, right? And I want to talk about why buying Bitcoin is very important for a Singaporean, especially for a Singaporean right now. The premise that I bring to you is that of inflation. And if you go down right now and buy, I was just the other day, I just went down to buy a vegetable. It's called savi, right? Or in Mandarin, it's called chaisim. And I used to buy it for like $2 would give me three bunches of it, right? But when I go down now, $2 gives me two bunches, right? So I've lost 30% of my purchasing power, just like that. And not only that, if I go to Subway, I used to buy the salad, right, for like about $5, $5 plus. Right now is about $8, 8 plus, right? So look at how much of purchasing power, my dollar, the Singapore dollar has lost. Of course, you can say yes, it's about the pandemic and COVID came in and all that. I totally agree with you. But as you know, the government is saying that we're gonna have inflation like about 2% and all that, but that's not the case. It's much more than that. When you go down and when you buy your stuff, how much it costs now. I'm talking about food products. I'm not talking about clothes and all that. That's not important, right? Clothes and shoes and all that, that's okay. But to live on, we need food, and that's most important thing. And you got to remember, we don't have our own food. We don't grow our own food in Singapore, right? Everything that we do, mostly we import from outside. So once we import that and all that, the prices is different. So that is Singapore, right? The macro outlook. I was talking to my cousin, right? And he's a businessman. He built his business from rock bottom. He came up, became a millionaire, and he has an import-export business. So he import-exports food all over the world, and Singapore is the base. Okay, so he was telling me that right now the shipping costs have tripled. Has more than tripled. Okay, where it used to cost 2,000 US to ship some goods out of Singapore. Now the same one costs about 7,000. And the shipping union, there are union being formed, for this. So you can't. So you are. So they price it so high, and it becomes very difficult, to do business. And there's so many congestion. There's so much of congestion in the port. So with all this, it all started last year, and it slowly snowballed bigger and bigger and bigger, and now you're having a huge problem on our hands. We're having a huge problem on our hands because this is only going to get worse as the months go by. And I'm not telling you this to make you scared, okay? I am telling you, this is an advice that I'm giving you, which I think it's very important, because our Singapore dollar works like a central bank system. It's the same central bank system, and it's based on nothing, right? So if you look at way back when in the 1970s, when Nixon went off the gold standard, right? Every dollar used to be backed by some amount of gold or silver before that, right? Now it's not like that, okay? So inflation is important for the whole system to survive. But the problem is when you have a pandemic like that, when you have a pandemic at that kind of scale, the after effects can be disastrous, okay? Right now, what we are seeing in the food courts or in the food stalls, the food auntie, uncle, they're trying to sell their food, and it's expensive for them because the cost of ingredients are going up. If you look at, okay, let's talk about the cost of food right now. cost of oil is going up, right? Cost of sugar is going up, right? Rice, I don't know whether they maintain. We have enough rice, but rice only rice you can keep rice for a year or so, right? How long can you keep rice, right? The important ingredients are becoming more costly, due to the supply chain problem or whatever, labor shortages and all that, and it's going to only get worse. Okay, so that aside, the important thing to understand is that what kind of money can ensure you some form of purchasing power or store of value better than the current one that we have, which is the Singapore dollar, right? What kind of currency is there? So you look at gold, you look at silver, fine, they are store of value, but you can't put it on the internet, right? They don't go on the internet. As you know, software is eating the world, right? It's eating up the world. The taxi business is already taken over by Grab. The whole even teaching now is going on online. It's just being technology, which is software, is eating over every kind of business. And Bitcoin is a software that is going to eat our current legacy financial system, because it cannot stand the light. You see, if there's darkness and if you put a light there, the darkness is gone. So Bitcoin is like that. Bitcoin is the solid form of money, the hard money, we call it, which is backed by maths, which is backed by time and effort. You need time and effort. You need to invest in all the hardware to mine the Bitcoins. And Bitcoin doesn't just come from the air, right? You have to mine it. And how you mine it, because the code is such that you got to solve all the complex puzzles and all that. And you need more power. It's like gold, right? How you extract gold out. The same thing, you need time, you need effort, you need the people, you need the miners to go in and extract the gold out. You need the hardware to extract the Bitcoin out. It's the same thing. It's just that now we are on the digital age and Bitcoin is digital money. That's all. So the premise of Bitcoin now is about saving your purchasing power. Okay? Like the example that I gave you, a vegetable that is now where $2 I could buy 3 bunches, and now I get 2 bunches. In the next coming month, that same $2 will give me 1 bunch. I will lose more of my purchasing power. I lose more than 70% of my purchasing power. Okay, so it's very important. Now you'll ask me, the price of Bitcoin goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Yeah, it does. It will. Because it's against money, it's against the dollar until it finds its place. Until it finds its place, that sweet spot, which might take a year or 2 or 3. But the whole idea about Bitcoin is that your value, of your money, it will go up after a few years, because it's designed to. Because there's only 21 million Bitcoins. It's deflationary. It's not inflationary. Your Singapore dollar is inflationary, but Bitcoin is deflationary. There's about 7.5 billion people in the world, but there's only 21 million Bitcoins. So the value will keep on going up. Of course, there will be up and down. Bitcoin does what it does. It's okay. But 18 months from now, if you buy a Bitcoin today at 40,000, 41,000, end of next year, you'll see what exactly I'm talking about. And the urgency, so the whole idea is finding a kind of money that is better than the current form of money that we have now, that is draining us. Just ask yourself, does your salary increase more than 30% to meet the inflation? Let's just talk about food right now. Food is increasing, food prices are increasing. Yeah, the government say, okay, we'll give you economic rice for $3, right? But can they ensure that the portion is the same? That same $3, I will tell you, that same $3, 1 year down the road, your rice will be lesser, your meat will be lesser, your vegetables will be lesser. That $3 is the same, but the value has been extracted out. So that's why I'm saying that if you're not into Bitcoin yet, I seriously consider you to go into Bitcoin, to research and to learn about it as quick as you can, because I see Singapore being very, very, very costly in the coming year. Go and research it. If you have money in your bank account, in your savings account, at least 10-15%, put it in Bitcoin. If you don't have, if you're earning $1,500, $2,000 a month, if you can scrimp and save $100 or $200, even $100, $200 a month, it's still far more better than keeping it in the bank where you don't get anything. Learn how to start up an account. Learn how to buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin. And you should hold Bitcoin, not leave it on an exchange, because always remember, your keys, your coins. Not your keys, not your coins, right? Anytime it can disappear. Learn, invest in that, and I will tell you, you will be better off. Okay? Start buying food and keeping it in your house. Start stocking up those essential, right? Those essential items. Rice, flour, oil, whatever, all these things. Do that, because the next coming year it's not going to be smooth sailing. If you have more lockdowns, businesses are all going to suffer, and the port is going to be congested, and there's so many issues, right? So Bitcoin is a method, it's a solution to save your purchasing power, to give you a store of value, like gold and silver. But the only thing is that you can use it on the internet. Okay, guys. So I just want to say thank you, and do let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Okay, and talk to you soon. Namaste. Please support me to grow my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.